You're listening to
Super, whatever the infernal thing is.
Supercalifragilistic Awesome Disney Podcast. Each week, we're going to talk about three things. In Main Street, USA, we'll talk about the latest Disney news.
Another glorious morning. Makes me sick.
In Tomorrowland, we'll talk about the things we're looking forward to.
Come! We fly!
And World Showcase is dedicated to our favorite Disney adventures.
Remember when you remember when you remember. Now I remember!
So let's get this show on the road.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hey everybody, this is Chris.
And I'm Kelly.
Welcome to the show this week. Got a great show, I think.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that you are wearing some scary ears.
These are Maleficent ears.
They look great.
You know, Maleficent is a very complicated
she
character
she
and
is
often
complicated.
misunderstood.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, the ears look great on you. I think it's appropriate now that we've entered Halloween.
Thank you. I also enjoy your classic Mickey tee. I almost wear the exact same shirt.
I don't know what I should think about the fact that we have the exact same shirt. I saw some merch online.
Yeah, you did. So our store launched this week, and you can get to that on our website. Right across the top menu, there's a link that says merch. Takes you straight to our store. We've got several different designs out there, cool different shirts.
I love the hoodies.
Oh, yeah, the hoodies. I'm into the football tees. We got some distress logos, some color logos. You know, there's some stuff. It's a little bit for everybody. A little bit for everybody.
So get out there and get you some.
Get out there and get you some.
We've still got to draw for Where Is It Wednesday.
We do. We're going to do that tomorrow morning. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So
Totally
tomorrow
gonna do
morning,
that.
September winner is announced.
Yes.
Be there, be square.
Yes.
And then Wednesday, we start the October contest.
We start the October contest. Right.
All right. Awesome. So we're podcast listeners. We love podcasts. We each have a whole slew of podcasts we listen to, including some Disney podcasts that we love.
Oh, yeah.
So we recognize there's a lot of options, and if you're choosing us to listen to, we are super grateful.
Yes.
This week we saw you in Columbus, Ohio. We saw you in Jacksonville, Florida, Rochester, Minnesota.
Nice.
Jakarta, Philippines.
Oh, that's fun.
That's awesome. So we really appreciate you. Thank you for listening to us. And as always, if we call out your town, tag us in a tweet or an Instagram post and let us know where we can send you a sticker.
I will mail a sticker to the Philippines.
Absolutely.
Don't you dare think I won't.
And if you've got a friend, tell us about them. We'll send them one too.
Absolutely.
So get in on that. We would love to send you a sticker.
Yes.
Ready?
Ready.
Okay, so the big news this week, the sad news this week, was that Disney has decided they've got to lay off 28,000 cast members.
I know.
It is
saw that.
a heartbreaker. It is what we've all been worried about the whole time. You know the parks can't be making any money, especially the ones that are still closed out in California.
Right.
So they finally had to make that hard call. Let's see. Josh D'Amaro, I believe is his name. He's the president of Disney Parks. Josh D'Amaro. His statement was, as heartbreaking as it is to take this action, this is the only feasible option we have in the light of prolonged impact of COVID-19 on our business, including limited capacity due to physical distancing and the requirements and the continued uncertainty regarding the duration of the pandemic.
Yeah.
He said that in an email to cast members. 67% of the layoffs are part-time hourly, but they're also laying off executives. I've seen Disney Parks blog cast members that have been let go. We know about the Grand Floridian Grand Society Orchestra.
Right.
They played their last show yesterday. Wow. So it's just a rough time. According to one cast member on Twitter, though, Mr. D'Amaro was in downtown Disney in Anaheim last week, speaking one-on-one with cast members and just letting them vent to him directly.
Wow.
So he seems like a really genuine person.
Yeah, and I saw some things online where you can donate to a cast member food bank.
Oh, that's great.
And things like that. We'll post that in the show notes for anybody that wants to donate.
Yeah. It's just just unfortunate. It's hard. You know, you see people going both ways online around, they're being heartless or whatever. But It's a business.
It is a business.
We love it, but it is a business, and
Yes.
it's just a hard thing for everybody. California has finally has promised to issue reopening guidance to the theme parks. This is what the theme parks out there have been begging for. Just tell us something. They've just been so tight-lipped. And the press secretary for Gavin Newsom said that they would be coming out with guidance in a week or so. Now, the cynical person might suggest that Disney went ahead and did this to get California to get off their butts and do something.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
But it's not just the California parks that are being
Right.
impacted. It's
Yeah.
the Disney
Yeah.
World Park. It's the cruise lines.
Yeah.
It's the resorts. It's even Disney stores.
Yeah.
Where they're seeing it. So
Yeah.
in any case, they should get guidance here very soon about what they can do to open, which is good. So a little bit of happier news here. Dapper Days has been announced for next year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
If you don't know what Dapper Day is, this is a day where it's not an official Disney day, but it's a day or two each year where folks dress in their 1920s finest, and they look very dapper. So they go to the parks dressed all up, and sometimes they just sweat themselves to death,
Seriously.
but they always look great. In November, they're actually doing one in Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom this fall.
Okay.
And then they've announced that in April next year, they're going to be doing both Disneyland and Disney World.
Well, at least it's not like June or July, right? I mean, you're going to sweat in November and April, but it's not going to be
It's not going to be
95.
like in the summertime. That's right. That's right. Entertainment news. Disney Plus, October 9th, is launching The Right Stuff. Got this from the Disney Plus Twitter feed. The Right Stuff is an adaptation of Tom Wolfe's novel, The Right Stuff, and it's all about the first 15 years of the United States space efforts to launch the first pilots into space, the first astronauts.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, this was a movie that came out in the early 80s called The Right Stuff. It was an all-star cast. Great. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. I love it.
Okay.
It really pumps you up for America, man. It is great. So really looking forward to that. I hope they do a really good job on it because that one's close to my heart.
Yeah.
And I don't want to see it get messed up. The movie was just so good. Disney casts, I hope I say this girl's name right.
Uh-oh.
Casts Iman Vellani to the title role of Miss Marvel, which is coming to Disney Plus at some point in the future. So Miss Marvel is another Marvel superhero. Okay. She is Marvel's first Muslim superhero.
Okay.
And she is the first one to come to the screen from Marvel. The comic book character is a Pakistani American named Kamala Khan. Okay. She's a 16-year-old Muslim teenager from Jersey City, New Jersey, who looks up to characters like Captain Marvel.
Okay.
She looks up to those heroes in her world, right? She has an inhuman ability to alter shape and size and employs an idealistic attitude as much as any superpower to make the world a better place.
Nice.
Yeah. So she was introduced to the comics in 2012, and then she actually got her own comic book title in 2014. So she's new.
That's fun.
And Marvel Studios movie chief Kevin Feige has also said that character will be seen in future Marvel movies.
That's fun. I hope it's written by a Muslim woman.
I don't know who wrote the original comic. I should look into that though. I imagine that I
would think you would need to be a Muslim woman to get that nuance.
Yeah.
So I hope it's written.
She's
by a Muslim
popular. Hopefully it's realistic.
Is she hijabi?
I don't know if she is or not. I don't think so.
You don't think she wears a hijab?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Resort news: Polynesian Village construction has started, so we know that they're going to go all Moana all the time themed.
Oh yeah.
And the construction has begun in earnest. So like anybody checking in there, there's the Grand Ceremonial House or the Great Ceremonial House is still open. You can still get in there to some of the shops and restaurants, although the hours may be changed. But the the way you normally go in is blocked off. You got to go a different way.
Okay.
And the monorail was going to be closing right now. It's actually not going to be closing until November. So,
Oh gosh. Okay.
So it'll still be open in October.
Okay.
So
I'm interested to see what that's going to look like when we get there. We got 2 months to work on it. So
yeah, I know. I think it'll still be under major construction.
Sure. Yeah.
Time, but we'll see.
That's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
So with that,
Let's just hang on for a second. I do have a trivia question
you got a
for
trivia
you.
question for me, right?
Yeah. So I don't want you to jump too fast. You ready for this?
Clue, wasn't it?
No.
Okay. Okay.
What is the name of Pixar's lamp mascot?
Oh, I have no idea. That's a great question, though.
You've gotten to the end of this little ditty here.
Man, 2
Dun,
seconds.
dun, 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 dun.
I don't know. I have no idea.
His name is Luxo Jr.
Well, who is Luxo?
I don't know who Luxo Sr. was, but the name of Pixar's lamp mascot is Luxo Jr.
That's interesting.
Isn't that fun? I thought you would enjoy knowing that.
Yeah, no, that is right in my wheelhouse of things I love
You
knowing.
should know.
I
Yes,
should know
that is useless knowledge up one side and down the other.
Yeah, that's true. That's
Okay,
true.
take us to Tomorrowland, honey. I'm ready for it.
Okay, I'm excited. Okay, so we actually touched on this in the news last week or the week before that Tokyo Disneyland expanded Fantasyland,
Yes.
and they now have their own Beast Castle and
Yes.
so on and so forth, right? So, and I mentioned like some of the awesome effects, the animatronics in the ride. I've seen some like clips and whatnot. So, I decided we would just do that. We're going to talk about the new Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the Beast ride at Tokyo Disneyland.
Oh, I do enjoy it when you do rides.
So we're doing.
You do a good job of telling ride stories. Okay,
so we're
go
doing
ahead.
the ride. We're doing and it's brand new. This thing just opened last Monday officially.
Okay.
Had a soft opening, like an out of town
Soft open,
preview,
like an out of town preview. Okay.
2 weeks ago. So
Okay.
on the 21st, this thing is brand new. On the Tokyo Disneyland website, the official Disneyland Tokyo website, it still says opening September 28th. So it is brand new. But that doesn't mean you can't go out there and watch a ride through on YouTube.
Oh, absolutely.
So
those things pop up pretty quickly.
real quick, and you know, I'm sort of in that camp of don't watch it because you'll mess it up for yourself.
Yeah, but no.
But we're not going to Tokyo anytime soon, and if you're not, then you might enjoy this too.
Right. Yeah,
And I'll be honest, even after watching it, it only made me want to go even more.
yeah, I do
so-
want to get there one day.
Yeah.
I actually hear that Tokyo is a great park to be at in Halloween time, that they do a fantastic job at Halloween.
Yeah. And Tokyo Disney Sea looks
Yeah.
incredible.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's definitely on the bucket list. Just a word of caution. If you don't want to know, if you don't want the spoilers,
Skip to the next section.
go ahead and skip to the next section. It's about 10 minutes from now. So, but like I said, I watched the ride through. I would recommend it. It didn't make me not want to go at all. It looks awesome. So, you remember how excited you were when they opened up the new Disneyland expansion at Magic Kingdom, and we had the 2 new castles. You had Beast Castle. You
the
had
Fantasyland expansion. Yes.
Yeah, at Magic Kingdom, they expanded that, and
Yes.
we were like, "Oh, can't wait to see it."
Yeah.
And you were thrilled, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was jealous when I saw the Beast Castle at this place. This is not like at our Magic Kingdom where it's like a mountainside.
It's like a photo op. Yeah.
And there's a castle up on the hill, like off in the distance. No, this is a legit castle.
like a legit
A
second
legit
castle.
second castle that houses the ride Enchanted Tale of Beauty and the
that's
Beast.
cool.
I like that better. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Be Our Guest restaurant, but this thing is really cool looking.
Yeah.
You've got a moat that you walk over the bridge to get into the castle. It's just
See, and we have that to get in to Be Our Guest.
right. But
Right.
if you look, you're going into like a mountainside.
Right.
It's not this. I'm
Not
being
the
really
same.
nitpicky.
You
here,
are
but-
being a little bit critical and nitpicky.
Yeah. So, all right. So here's the scene, right? They actually built an entire village around. So, like that village that Belle lives in at the beginning of the movie, they built that village. It's got Maurice's cottage in there. It's got Gaston's Tavern, which we have. It's got a library, the bakery, all the things that she kind of sings about, at the beginning of the movie. And then you enter a forest, and you can see the castle kind of looming over the forest.
Okay.
And you walk in there and you enter the queue. So this queue takes you through several rooms where you'll see a lot of the main characters from the movie just sitting there inanimate. Like you see Lumiere, he's a candlestick. Right?
Okay,
You see
okay.
Cogsworth, you see
Right, okay.
Mrs. Potts and Chip. They're sitting on kind of a tea table in the den, and you're just walking through these rooms.
We're not supposed to know.
Right.
That
these things
right,
come alive, right?
Okay.
You walk through a hall of armory, and then you get to a foyer where there's a stained glass window of the prince. By the way, his name's Prince Adam, according to a CD-ROM game.
Did not know that.
Prince Adam.
See, so we do have a lot of that, though, in Beauty and the Beast Castle. We've got the armor. We've got the really cool stained glass window.
Sure.
Yeah, okay.
This stained glass window, though, comes alive and tells you and narrates how he became enchanted or cursed.
Well, now that's nice.
Right? So then immediately following that, there's, off to the side, there's a balcony, and you see Beast. He emerges on this balcony, and he's looking, he's looking over the enchanted rose. Mm-hmm. Belle comes out, and she's holding a lantern, and he scares her, and she runs off, and then he's there stuck forlornly looking at the rose. Mm-hmm. You walk through a hallway where suddenly you see little shadows of the characters who've come to life now because they witnessed her getting scared. You enter the kitchen, which is where you get in your ride car.
So you're not even in a car
No, this
yet.
is all the queue and pre-show. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's a significant pre-show queue.
Yes, exactly. So then you get in your car. This is a dark ride on a trackless system. Yeah. Right? Okay.
Love those now.
Love those. Your car is a dish, like you're part of the flatware.
No.
But not only does your car ride around like we've seen, but it also dances. Okay?
Oh, that's fantastic.
So you get in the dish and you're in the kitchen. And at this point, so now what the ride is going to do is it's going to take you through scenes that happen exclusively inside the castle. Okay, so and it's all the scenes around the major songs that they sing. So Be Our Guest.
Yes.
That song, what was it? The second one, Something There.
Okay. And
then of course iconic Beauty and the Beast. Right. So you leave the kitchen and you go straight into the dining room. It's kind of dark, but you can see Lumiere on kind of an alcove, and you see Belle sitting at the head of a dining table, the long dining table from the movie.
Okay.
And he starts to slowly sing, and as he sings, just like in the movie, and he picks up steam, and things start lighting up, and things start happening, and like magically, more things just sort of appear on the dining table. All the foods and the champagne and the feather dusters that are dancing, and the side of the room comes alive. There's lights, there's bubbles, there's the dishes are dancing in the cabinets all around the place.
Oh, that's awesome.
And Belle is in the middle of the room, and you in your car are just dancing all around her. Right? So you are like part of the show that she's being treated to.
How cool.
It is really neat. It is really neat. And just like it starts so low and dark. And then by the end of it, just like the scene in the movie, it's just this like cacophony of sound and light and music and everything, right? So you make your way out of there into a courtyard. And this is the Something There sequence. You want me to sing it? I'm not going to. Oh. Belle is out there with Philippe in the snow, and Beast is on a balcony. And they're singing the song the way they sing it in the movie. And again, the cars are kind of waltzing around the courtyard. They sort of, as that song finishes, you sort of make your way back inside the castle where you see Belle and Beast standing on a balcony. She's now in the iconic gold dress, and they're just looking out away from you kind of at shooting stars and stuff. Oh, wow. The cars, as that song ends, the cars flip around, and now you're seeing the castle get attacked. You see these.
I was about to say, are we going to get attacked? Okay.
Yes. So the silhouettes of the people kind of crashing into the castle, and there's fire and all this kind of stuff. You see that through a window.
Oh, wow.
And you hear them attacking. You kind of slide past a door where there's like pitchforks and stuff coming through the door, and all the furniture is like trying to keep the door shut, you know?
Oh, how cool
it's
is
really
this?
cool. Then you slide into another room, and this is the most amazing thing I saw. You're at the scene. It's after the fight. Beast has been stabbed. He's lying there under his purple cape, and Belle is sort of over him, weeping and crying. She's sad. And about that time, the rain starts to fall. Yeah. And, think about the movie when you had the little shooting star type rain, and then he started to float up. He starts to float up on the ride. He starts to slowly turn. He starts to sparkle with these gold sparkly things. And then he just disappears. And in his place is a live animatronic Prince Adam. I've watched that thing 10 times. I cannot figure out how they did that. Wow. Okay? So you leave there and you go into, and so as that starts to happen and you're on your way down to the ballroom, the whole castle, you remember in the movie, the castle sort of like fizzles and it goes from dirty and dingy and cursed to clean and beautiful and golden and everything. That starts to happen around you as you continue your way into the ballroom, where as you go into the ballroom, that finishes into like this big bright light, and Belle and Adam are dancing to Beauty and the Beast in the middle of the ballroom. Nice. And you're just sort of waltzing around them as they're dancing, and you see that all of the characters now are in their true forms again. Right. And you've got Miss Potts over there. She's singing the song. So
it's like an immersive animatronic
It is very immersive.
Yeah, that's cool.
It is. And this is an 8-minute ride, and they spend 2 minutes in that ballroom at the end, because the ballroom in that scene is as much a part of that scene as the characters are. You've got the big, huge golden chandelier and the mural on the ceiling and the glass windows. It looks incredible.
That's cool.
I am desperate to get over there and ride this ride.
That's cool. That's
so
very awesome.
I cannot figure out how they did the scene where he turns into Adam, but
I'm just glad that we know his name's Adam now. Because she's like, Beast.
I know, Beast. It makes me.
It's like, why are we calling him Beast?
Beast, it is you. You are Beast. Yeah, it's apparently they never said that in the movie, but in a CD-ROM game that came out after the movie came out,
call him Adam.
They named him Adam.
Okay, well, start me off on World Showcase because I'm pumped for it.
Here we go.
So I'm also doing a ride.
Right.
But as our little homage that we had to Hocus Pocus, in the intro, I'm trying to keep things a bit spooky. This month.
All right.
Right. So we're talking about Tower of Terror.
Oh. Yes.
So the official name is the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror.
Yes.
Okay. It debuted on July the 22nd of 1994, and it's been popular ever since. I mean, it still has long wait lines.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you believe that thing is
cannot believe
26 years old?
I cannot believe that. I still feel like it's the new ride.
It's about a 15-minute ride. Because you've got the long queue and everything, too.
Yeah, the pre-show.
It cost $140 million to build. In 94, that's a lot, yeah.
It's worth every penny.
So it is inspired by the Tower of Terror film. Or it inspired the Tower of Terror film that Disney released in 1997.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either. Steve Guttenberg and Kirsten Dunst. That is on our list for this month. I'm going to find that.
For sure.
Yes. Okay.
Old Gutenberg.
So for those of y'all that don't know, it's on Sunset Boulevard at Disney Hollywood Studios. It was inspired by the Twilight Zone television show that originally aired from 1959 to 1964. And the premise of that show, for those of you that have never seen it, although there's plenty of options out there to watch the streaming video, and we've seen some of them. They're fantastic. The premise was that there's weird stories, always with twist endings. And so that's what you should expect going into the ride. The whole thing is a weird story with a twist ending, which is it's fantastic. So one of the things they say as you're going through the queue, it says, step uneasily inside the infamous Hollywood Tower Hotel and find a dusty lobby frozen in time. Even the subdued hotel staff seems strangely out of another era. Suddenly, a television set springs to life, and Rod Serling welcomes you on a journey into the Twilight Zone.
It's so good.
That's how Disney describes it. And so Rod tells you this story. He sort of puts you in the picture. And he says, on a gloomy Halloween night in 1939, some hotel patrons were riding the elevator when a violent storm struck the building, and they were never seen again. Now, naturally, because of this accident, the hotel closed down and has stood empty ever since.
Sure.
Except we're riding it.
Right.
This is an empty hotel that no longer has hotel guests, but the rest of the world is like, let's go play on the elevator.
Let's go get in there. Yeah.
So as you're walking through, there's this unkempt lobby, broken down building. One of my favorite parts is in the queue on the outside, this broken fountain.
Oh, yes.
That looks like, I mean, it's a totally broken fountain. I can't explain it other than that, but it's like this big centerpiece in what would have been a beautiful garden.
Yes.
And it looks completely decrepit.
Like
and
overgrown by.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. There's like a little reflection pool too that I keep. The first time I walked through there, I'm like, this is Disney. They ought to clean that up. But
yes.
I didn't even think that's the way it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be that way. Nobody can create broke down like Disney.
That's absolutely right.
Right? No, to the point that you think, man, they need to clean that up.
And they are working their tails off to make sure it looks that way all the time.
Right. So naturally, we're all there as not guests because the hotel's not working.
Right.
But we're there to check it out. Think of it like it's a hotel in a town, and everybody goes there and is like, this is a spooky hotel.
Yes.
You've got to go check this out for Halloween.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So we walk through this awesome queue where you go through the lobby and you get an elevator lift that takes you down to the basement. You're in the bottom of this building like a boiler room, and you're instructed to get on another lift. And this time you're seated and buckled in. Now, the cast members are fantastic. They are from another era, whereas the Haunted Mansion cast members make like deadpan jokes. Right?
Yes.
They make room for all the bodies.
No more bodies.
No more
please.
bodies, right? No, the Tower of Terror people scare the crap out of you.
Yeah, they're working at it.
I mean, they're like, you might not come back. And they stand there like staring at you while the elevator door closes.
I love the elevator doors, and they're always like right here.
Right there. Right at the elevator door. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. So the lift takes you up. Okay, and when the doors open, everybody screams because they think that's when they're about to do the drop.
Right.
But it's not, okay? That's when you get told a story, right? All the Disney rides have the story.
Right.
And so it slides you gently out and into like an abandoned hotel floor, which is like starlit. You feel like you're sort of in space, and you hear more of the story from Rod.
Right.
And he ends the piece, like you sort of go around and through, seeing scenes, seeing stars lit up, things of that nature, and he's talking to you, and he ends it by saying, you are about to discover what lies beyond the fifth dimension, beyond the deepest, darkest corner of the imagination, in the Tower of Terror.
Oh, gosh.
Then suddenly you feel like you free fall drop, but in reality you are pulled down.
Really?
That elevator works both ways, and you are pulled down and sucked up.
I knew it worked both ways. I didn't know they were like pulling us down.
Yes, which is why people say to take your Loungefly bag and put it in front of you, because when the elevator pulls you down, you can see your Loungefly bag like hover.
Float.
In front of your face. I want to do that so bad. So anyway, so you get slung up and down and up and down and up and down, and the doors to the outside of Sunset Boulevard on the building are open, and that's when you're on Sunset Boulevard and you hear all the people on the ride just screaming their heads off.
You can look up there and you see them.
I love it so much. I love that ride. Love it, love it, love it. And so you see some Boulevard, you're getting jerked up and down. You always laugh on roller coasters.
Anything that's a scary ride, I laugh.
This one makes me laugh. Like I scream and I'm laughing. I find it hilarious. The patterns on this up and down motion are randomized. So you never know what might happen. In short, like it's just awesome. It's awesome.
I thought I had always heard that, but I never knew if it was true or not.
It is true. Now, I found a couple of different websites. One of them said there are 4 patterns, and they're randomized how often they play, so you don't know which one you're going to get.
I see.
And then another website said it's completely randomized.
Okay.
But in any case, it is semi-random.
Okay.
After you have survived, and I always feel like I could have gotten dropped 2 or 3 more times. Like I don't want it to end quite when it ends. Rod comes back on, and he says, "A warm welcome back to those of you who made it, and a friendly word of warning, something you won't find in any guidebook. The next time you check into a deserted hotel on the dark side of Hollywood, make sure you know just what kind of vacancy you're filling, or you may find yourself a permanent resident of the Twilight Zone."
That is so good.
Isn't that great?
It's so good.
So I posted a picture on Instagram this week of you and I on this ride. Here's what I think is so awesome about the ride pics, and they've started doing videos now too.
Right.
So you can sort of see like your hair or your lounge fly bag like going up. So I posted a picture. They are always so awesome. People are looking in every different direction.
Right.
I know when they take the picture,
Right.
and yet you and I never seem to be looking at the camera. Like the one that I posted on Instagram, you're like looking totally off.
I know.
Like, where are you? But you see parents totally covering their children. Like, you see women screaming their heads off.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see kids and they're like, meh.
My
never know
brother
what to
was
say.
never much of a thrill rider. And I can remember growing up, there was a picture of him. He was literally basically buried inside my dad's armpit when we got the picture taken.
So great. I love it so much. So a couple of fun facts.
Yeah.
First of all, it's manufactured by Otis Elevator.
Oh, come on.
Right?
That is
I
too
know.
good. That's too much.
That's great. It is the second tallest attraction at Walt Disney World. Do you know what the tallest is?
The tallest attraction
At Walt Disney World.
at Walt Disney World. I would have to say Everest.
Everest by 6 inches.
No kidding.
Yes.
You would have thought it was so much taller.
Isn't that great? Half a foot. The building was actually designed to look good at Hollywood Studios and at Epcot because it can be seen from the Morocco Pavilion in the World Showcase.
Oh, I heard something about like the back side of the building can be seen. And so they
Morocco.
decorate. Oh, that's
So the
too
color
much,
scheme,
man.
think about it. The color
Yeah,
scheme
it is.
matches
It does.
Morocco.
Yes.
Isn't
it
that
absolutely- It's so
fantastic?
good. I
Yeah.
love when they think of stuff like that.
It's awesome. And just, one other just pro tip here. When you get off afterwards, there's a Joffrey's coffee and tea
There
cart
is, right.
right there at the end.
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, Joffrey's sells beverages other than coffee and tea.
They do.
Adult beverages.
Adult beverages, yes.
And so I highly recommend Tower of Terror gift shop, Joffrey's coffee cart.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean, just make it a loop, dude.
The Tower of Terror at Christmas time is incredible also.
Yeah.
Like they do projections on it. They actually
Yes.
change the name of the hotel
Yes, they
at
do.
Christmas and they do these amazing projections. I love
I know.
this route you went.
Yeah. I'm trying to be spooky.
Well, you are.
It's October.
I was terrified during all that.
It's a good one. It's a good one. By the way, those of y'all that are wondering, you're going to hear about Hocus Pocus this month.
Yes.
You will hear about Hocus Pocus.
We've gone through one viewing already. So, folks, that's our show for this week. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did or didn't, do us a favor. Head out to iTunes. Subscribe would be great. Leave us a rating. Leave us a review.
Yes.
It helps us out a lot.
It really does. And if you're looking for more things Disney, please visit scfadp.com. That's S for super, C for Kelli, F for fragilistic, A for awesome, D for Disney, P for podcast. This week, we're going to launch our first poll. We promised you guys in the trailer there'd be polls, and it's going to be on where you want us to eat at Disney when we go in December, because we need to start making a reservation, so be sure to help us out there.
That would be great. Go to our website. Check out all the stuff that's there. It's scfadp.com. Join us for the daily conversations on Instagram and Twitter at scfadp. The more the merrier.
Yep, we would love to hear from you.
And with that, we hope to see you real soon.